Hello, bestie. It's Coco, your divine oracle. How are you? I hope you're doing so well. I've got a secret. I'm Sailor Moon. Anybody watch that show? Don't tell nobody. Um, Very strange. Something happened when I was pulling out the decks to kind of like start the reading. I pulled out. This is, if you guys have been on my channel, this is like my very first tarot card deck. I've been reading this for like the last 18 years. This was the very first deck that I got. Anyways, when I pulled it out, it came with like a little guidebook, and the Emperor card was in the guidebook. And I'm like, why is the Emperor hiding? And before I did the reading, I do a little bit of like shamanic channeling with like my little jingle bells and like my fan, because I saw Korean like shamans doing it. And I kind of want to like, I felt very like resonated and called to like do that too, because it helps you like get in tune with your spirits. Um, and I saw like constellations, but like lines that are broken. And I'm really picking up an energy for those of the collective that's watching this. You didn't find this by accident. There's a reason for it. And what's going on, it's like you've started and stopped a lot of things in your life. And there's almost been like a pause. It feels like things aren't happening in your life, or like very much I'm seeing the hanged man. But this perspective is going to be able to show you the reason why things never came to fulfillment. It's almost as if like you're able to pull back and see like it's like lines that are making up a bigger drawing. And it's like these start and stops, they don't make sense in the moment, but when you pull back and when you're like have a moment to like really get some distance from it, you're able to see how everything comes together, and you're being prepared. It's almost as if like very much I use this saying, it's like God pulls you back before he releases you. It's like you're being pulled back like an arrow, and literally you're being pulled back to show you like the target of like where you're headed, of like everywhere you have been. And it's actually like a spiral circling to the actual target, and when you see the target, you're going to be released, and it's going to be like such speed and force going there. And then going back to the Emperor hiding in my little tarot card book, there's an energy I'm really picking up on of like you could feel as if you're in hiding, or like some sort of energy of like not necessarily feeling safe or protected, or almost as if there's like a childhood wound of like never really feeling safe, or being let down by like your guardians, your protectors. Someone has made you feel unsafe. There's been events in your life where it's just been like you're almost like looking for home, for safety, and it just hasn't, like you can't explain like why not. It feels almost like you're a victim of fate, but I want you to know that it's all coming together, because we're getting the 10 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. It's like, it's all about to make sense soon. So I just want to let you know that, and we're going to just call in the angels, call in the positive forces, and let's start. I'm jumping in early because I really want to jump in with those cards. But we're going to start with some of these landscape tarot cards to kind of get a snapshot of the energy of like what's going on with you, what's going on in your internal world, of some like confirmations. Like I always say, there's a reason you're seeing this video. Out of literally like according to like, I don't know, Google statistics. Ooh, that's a hard word. Half the world is on YouTube. So it's like there's like 8 billion people. I think there's around 3 to 4 billion who are now connected. And the biggest free video platform is YouTube. So like literally out of 4 billion people on the planet, this video found you. So there's no coincidence in that. There's some sort of resonance happening here. And even if you're someone who doesn't, or you do watch a lot of these videos, there's a reason why this video of me, my cute little collective, Starlight Collective channel here, that's like my little profile picture, is the Starlight Collective, which is you guys watching at home. There's a reason you found this video, and it's like there's some sort of transformation or awakening happening in your life. For those of you who like don't necessarily watch tarot card videos, this is like the awakening. This is letting you know that there's a deeper part of you. Maybe your awakened self. This even could be God. Whatever really resonates with you, I want you to go with that. Because when I speak of God, the universe, spirit, it's all the exact same force. It is that force, that spirit that is calling out to us to be true to ourselves and stand in our highest light. That, like when you see somebody in need, that pull from your heart to help them, like that's what I believe God is. And so the more we are in line and aligned with like making the moves that are correct for us, that are in alignment with who we truly are, and not the vanity and the BS of it all, or try to impress people or any of that noise, the more we're standing in our truth. We're more aligned with like God's purpose, like the universe's purpose for us. And it's about that alignment. That's like the intention that I read tarot cards from, and that is my intention moving forward with this channel. And so if you're somebody who's seen a lot of these kind of videos on YouTube and you're like, oh, this is the first time this person's popped up in my feed, or you're a regular viewer, love you, bestie. Yeah, let's just like jump right in and see everything that's happening, where you're on your journey. So I do feel like I'm speaking to a broader collective. So let's just jump in with some confirmation. There's going to be things that you guys have probably experienced that has allowed you to wake up, or are in a space that you're willing to embrace this now. So first up, we've got the 8 of Cups. So this is the energy. Let me just try to remember. So I love this deck. So this is the deck of tarot card landscapes. And I think the intention was to create a deck of like where the tarot cards live. The energy of that. And so 8 of Cups is leaving behind. This has been, a path. And it's like, this is a very, very beautiful 8 of Cups, but 8 of Cups traditionally has to do with like leaving something, walking away. You're emptying your cup and you're starting on a journey. And this really ties back into the shamanic vision I had before this reading of disconnected lines, right? Like railroad tracks. And it's like each little plank doesn't make sense on its own, but when we lay the track over it, it all makes sense. We've got this beautiful large heron bird flying away. And so what I want to go into with that, this card exists in the fall. We got the beautiful orange, the reds. There's passion here, but there's an energy of like leaving, and like things are about to become barren, and it's, flying south for the winter. And there was a reason. You either felt compelled to. I am really picking up that you're watching this. There's a part of you that is like very psychically connected or intuitive. You have a very, very good hunch of things. And you've been able to either like knowingly or in a sense of like knowingly or unintentionally, like what am I thinking? Pardon me, subconsciously, I just needed a drink there. You either consciously or subconsciously know when it's time to get out. Like, you can feel it. Like, the seasons are changing, and it's very much like you're very in tune with, like, your, like, the higher and the spiritual self. And, one thing I want to say about that is, like, in, like, the anime Princess Mononoke, all, like, the animals that live in the forest, they all have their, like little, if you watch the movie, it's about like industrialization and the world of humans and animals clashing. And so all the beasts, like there's like the king of the apes, the king of the wolves, or the queen of the wolves, they all have like the head of their clan, and like they speak in English. Well, humans speak. Like, if you, depending what language you watch, I watched it in English. So they all can speak, and then the god of the forest doesn't speak. It's incapable of human speech. And I think that's so beautiful, because it's like we see like, oh, our human ability to speak is something we're so evolved. But animals, like, how is it the birds? Like, they just know it's time to travel south. There's a language, and it's like that energy, like right before an earthquake or a natural disaster, all the animals know to get out. and they're all cagey and like they can sense it, that like something is going on, and they're just like so in tune with like, we got to get out, something is about to happen. And it's like, we as humans, we just think, oh, my human thought and my human logic are so advanced, I can survive, you know, like whenever there is a natural disaster and people know about it, there's people who are like, I refuse to leave my home, I'll survive it. Girl, good luck. Like, I mean, I pray for you, but at the same time, get out. Like, what are you doing? Like, so that is the energy of, you have always known when to go out, because there's this energy of like, very, very deep. Your instincts are so good. Your instincts are so strong. And I want you to trust your instincts. And it's like, this is true about like when you need to get out of a space, but also about people. If you meet somebody and you just get a bad vibe from them, I want you to trust it and be like, okay, this person is manipulative. They're out to get me. There's something that just doesn't fit right. And I'm just like, this is really funny because it's like, this was like, oof. Do I want to tell the story? I met a friend of a friend, and it was like, oh, you got to meet my friend. They do tarot readings. And I was like, oh, okay, great. And it's like, what did you think of them? And I'm like, right off the bat, like, I did not get good energy. Like, this is somebody who I'm just like, I don't get good vibes from this person, so that is what it is. But yeah. And you gotta trust that. Like, I trust that ability in myself, and it's like, you know, like when you're quiet with your own thoughts and with your own feelings and with your emotions. All right, we're going to move on to the next card. We're getting the Page of Cups. There is an awakening happening with you. The Page of Cups right here. Look at this cute little, it reminds me of Finding Nemo. And it's like, you're almost like, I'm really picking up, like for the very first time, there are new depths to you that you're exploring. And it's like, imperfect, but it's this energy of like, maybe with this energy of like a timeout of like your life being pulled back and drawn back, it's this energy of you're finally having the time to go to these depths. Or it's like this whole emotional world you've kind of put on the back burner, and you've just been so focused on like do and do. I'm immature, sorry. do. Anyways, it shouldn't tickle me this much. Anyways, but this energy of you actually really connecting, maybe with your inner child as well, of you really getting back to a sense of like getting back in touch with your emotions, what brings you joy, and an exploration of how you feel and actually what you want. Because I do pick up the energy of, you've been somebody who's like gone after stuff, maybe because other people have told you this is what you want, or this is what you're supposed to do. And for the first time in your life, you're taking a step back and be like, why didn't these things work out? Or even like, why do I feel like I achieved it, but it wasn't for me? And now you're kind of like trying to embrace things, or you're trying to approach things from an emotional core where, does it feel right is the first thing you're saying. Does it resonate with me is the first thing. Does it, like, I see this card, I see this little fish, it makes me happy. And it's like, maybe you're like, okay, does it make me happy? That's like the only question you need to ask yourself. It's like, when I approach this, does it make me happy? And if it doesn't, girl, leave it, drop it and go. Like, no. And we're getting, oh my God, this is so cute. The Six of Pentacles, which traditionally this card has to do with like charity, but like, look how cute this is. This feels like a fairy tale, because like, okay, this is a cute little garden home. Somebody left apples. And who's that? A little mouse? Open the door? How'd you open the door, little mouse? Like, you goofy. But there is this beautiful energy of like a gift approaching you. And even like with the little mouse, like, who would have thought somebody left apples for this little mouse? Is he the owner? Sir, can I speak to the homeowner? Yes, it's me. It's me, Mr. Mouse. I'm really picking up an energy of you wanting to play right now. So even if things aren't going your way, I think you need to like really embrace like whimsy. Like, there's something about animals here. We're getting animals in all these cards. And so there's like a need to reconnect with nature, or even like reading fables or something like that, where it's like you want to read or get invested with stories about little animals, and it's like anthropomorphic animals. Something with that energy is coming forward where there's like, you just need to follow your joy and your bliss, and it's like going back to your childhood of things that happened to you in your childhood, or even like things you used to do as a kid that made you so happy, but there was no purpose to it, and it was almost as if like you were so preoccupied with like being adult, making money, or like something of that nature, and you got distracted or like pulled away from your true self. You were so focused on like, okay, I need to be an adult and make my fortune and like, you know what I mean? Like go and whatever. And the play left the chat, right? Like that's the energy that's coming forward. So I just need to drink real quick. So that is what's coming forward strongly with that. So now I'm getting really called to like split the deck and like shuffle them 7 times to break karmic cycles, because you're in a like transitionary and transformative phase. So I cut the deck twice and I got the 2 of Pentacles. Let me see if I can pull it. Ooh. Where are you, girl? Ooh. Yeah. The 2 of Pentacles about balance, but then I also got the 10 of Swords, which is like disappointments, fears of like her kimono has grapes on it. So I'm also getting the energy of like failed harvest. And again, with the broken lines and like broken fates, for you could feel as if they're broken fates, and you're feeling very displaced and like in a position of like not having a home, or like not feeling at home right now. And it just feels like it's like failed harvest of all these potentials, and it's like you even could have achieved things, but it's like, oh, I didn't follow through, or the situation, the circumstances really didn't align themselves, or they never flourished, right? And now it feels as if you're haunted by that, or there's a level of shame when it's like, it just feels as if like people are like very much family energy here, or like, yeah, very much family of like, we all have that, like, I don't know about you guys, but it's like, oh, your cousin's doing this, and it's like, okay, that's great, let them live their life. What are you up to? It's like, oh, you know, being cute, being fabulous, you know, still killing it. Anyway, and it's just like, yeah, you just need to get back into yourself and your energy and not really care about what those are doing. But there's just like this energy of all these like, this is very, very like, nobody thinks this, but it's like, it could be your shadow being like all these failed expectations of you. You're in a time of rest right now, and before things can start moving forward, you have to be in alignment. And it's very much like there could just be like attacks, or like not attack, but it just feels like it's always one thing after another. Why can't you just leave me alone? That's coming in very strongly of like, why won't it let up? And it's like you're being positioned in a way to like do everything right, and then all of a sudden it's like make that one move and all the attacks are deflected and you can make your move forward. Very much like that's the energy coming forward. 3. Okay, you're breaking. We got the Queen of Swords, but look at that. She's breaking a sword, and we got the 3 of Swords. I love this 3 of Swords because it's just like, why is he, young man, why are you crying? What's wrong? I'm using my puppy voice when I talk to dogs. Young man, why are you crying? Huh? You want a treat? And it could just be like, you know, it just feels like things are falling apart, but like you're breaking from that. And it's like maybe you're finally starting to see why those things didn't work out, or why you had to let those things go, those journeys go. I'm getting a sense of relief, but there is a thing of like holding on. And it's like very much so like expectation. And I'm wondering whose expectation right now. It could be from like parents. It could be even from society. Like I'm getting, there could be somebody who went to like college, university, and you were with a really, really strong group or strong class, and everybody went off and did amazing things, and you just kind of like, it just never clicked with you. When you got into the field, it just never felt right, and now you're just like in a place of reassessing, of like looking at what's next on the horizon, of like, this is the Prince of Pentacles. In this deck, what I love, in the traditional court cards in tarot, it goes like page, knight, king, or queen, king. But in this one, it goes, the female and male roles are reversed. So it goes prince, princess, king, and then the queen is the highest card because, let's be honest, the queen rules. But yeah, so we got the young, beautiful prince. And he's looking at the sun. It's just like looking at these opportunities. And it's this energy of like, I really want you to know, like, and this is funny that we got the Six of Cups, which represents youth, nostalgia. Like, you're not as old as you think you are. There's an energy I'm really picking up of like, I'm too old to insert. Like, go back to school, start a new career, blah, blah, blah. Blee, blee, blah, blah, blee. Like, whatever it could be. Yeah. So sorry, I'm just, my ego is like, oh, you're being annoying, and I'm like, no, I'm just being me. Sorry, I'm not gonna apologize for being myself, and I think you need to do that too. You need to like allow yourself to authentically shine, and the people who are here for it will stick around, and there's no need to apologize for who you are. And that's the thing I feel like you've struggled with in your childhood a lot, is that there's this need to be perfect, and it's like a lot of us have experienced that, especially when we come from childhoods and like with parents that expect perfection from us. And it's very much so, like, every time they would look at you, they would see all your things, everything that was wrong with you, right? And they never acknowledged what was right or even who you are. And you have felt since childhood, when people approach you, it's almost as if, okay, great, I enjoy the container, your physical body, but I don't like the content. And if we can dump out the contents and we can fill it in and make it the way I want it. And it's, you've struggled with people like maybe liking your external beauty, or they like the package, but they don't necessarily see who you truly are. And they just do not, like, they want you to be different. Or like, oh, if you were more like this, you would be perfect. And it's like, there's nothing wrong with who you are. These are all these things. Imperfect people who do not have their lives together are coming to you and saying, oh, I want you to be this, this, and this. And it's like, honey, your life is a mess. Why are you coming here and trying to tell me how to make my life a mess just like you? Back it up. Like, excuse you. There's no time. There's no need for that. I think we're at 4 shuffles. 4 shuffles. So there is something going to be coming in very unexpectedly. Yeah. The most annoying laugh I've ever had. So we did get the King of Wands, of you being in your like this energy of being able to like really like be fiery, be let go, being in your emotions, and the Two of Swords of like having to make a decision, not necessarily knowing where you're going, where you're heading, but it's like a decision must be made right now. And we're getting the King of Pentacles too. So it's very much like, just know that there is like a sense of divine guidance or some sort of protection, but it's like the path and the action is going to lead to some sort of financial success. It's gonna lead to you finally, like, money is going to make sense. I'm hearing that very clearly. Money is going to make sense. It's like for a lot of your life, it's like you've done these things, right? You've gone on the path of like trying to build your fortune. And why hasn't it worked out? It's all been in preparation of this moment you're like gonna be in right now. And there is beautiful energy of the King of Cups, of you being able to receive your joy and your happiness. And very much so, like, you're starting to walk on this path of getting rid of and like no longer allowing these like lesser emotions or like the ego to control you. And it's like, it could also mean burning away like relationships, burning bridges, or even just like what doesn't serve you, right? It's like, oh, like this energy very much like they're your, I always want to say aunt, because I have very problematic aunts in my life, and it's just like, okay, well, the less information they have, the better, because like they up to no good. They trifling. Yeah, there's the energy of being trapped here, and it's like you're trapped by expectation or by like people's opinions of you. So it's this energy of like really burning it away, and this enables, look at this hunk, the Prince of Pentacles, the Prince of Chalices. I'm really saying Pentacles because I really feel like maybe money is coming your way, but like there's new opportunities about to come forward. There's new possibilities for happiness. I think we're at 6 cuts because I really want to break your karmic cycles, baby. We're gonna break these cycles. Okay. And then we got the Hermit. Yeah, you're finally in a place of potentials opening up for you right now. Look at her. She's looking so beautifully and longingly at what's on the other side of this river? And it's like finally, you know, putting the plan into action. It's like your field of view is like opening. There's been something going on with you finally. It's like you may not have the pieces may not like fully be there yet, but there's an energy of you being open and receptive to like new things coming your way. All right, so let's jump in. Now you're like, okay, we're 25 minutes in, and now we're gonna jump into the tarot card reading. Get cozy, bestie, because that's how we do it here. All right, so if you do see me looking off to the side, I have the printed out, like the tarot card spread that I'm using. I have like, because it's 10 cards. I do use this spread a lot, but I'm like, what does that mean? Like, what does that card mean again? Like, it just, you know, my brain can remember like dinosaurs, but it's not going to remember a tarot card spread. But even it doesn't remember dinosaurs, which I'm very sad about. Okay, so there's an energy of you gotta like be in a, like, you gotta be more playful and like allow yourself to just kind of like be silly. That's very much coming forward, and I think that's why I've been called to deliver this message. But so the current situation, what are we getting with this? So yeah, you're burning away, you're doing a lot of self-reflection, and you're on the path, you're well on your way of like, you know who you are, you know who you've been, and also it's the energy of like, what no longer serves you, what are you leaving behind? My left arm is itchy, and like the left hand is usually about like leaving or like letting go. If your right hand is itchy, that means money's coming. If your left hand is itching, that means money's leaving. So if your left hand is itching, you scratch that itch, so you keep your money. But if your right hand's itching, you let it be itchy, because that means money's coming. You're about to get some coins in your hand, so you know, that's always good. Let it itch, or put on moisturizer. You could be having dry skin, but there's a burning away of what doesn't serve you. There is the energy of like, you have been on a journey in life. You're not new here. You have experiences. It's not so much that like you need to like go into it completely new, fresh-eyed, brand new, like clean slate, because you are carrying like a legacy forward. There's like knowledge of everything you've experienced that you're going to need moving forward. But this is a cleansing and burning away of like beliefs and people who upheld like the negative view of you, or like people who weren't in your favor. So very much so, it's like you're confronting the shadows, you're burning away, and you're like very much powerfully standing in your energy of like being able to like make the decision. What is your challenge right now is you need to be doing this in secret. We got the Seven of Swords, which represents like sneaking or like in the shadows, things that are unseen and unhidden. But it's very much what I love about this card. She's the one going into the enemy camp and running away with all the swords. Where are they? Who knows? But it's work she is doing in the shadows. And that is the energy that's coming forward. We got these very cloudy skies. So there is a like, your thoughts could be feeling very clouded right now, or it just could be this energy of some sort of haze. But it's like, there's a clarity to what you need to do. It is difficult. It is hard. And it's like, these are places that you maybe emotionally haven't traveled to or haven't wanted to travel to in a really long time or ever. And digging up and going through these emotions, it's a lot, but it's necessary. There's an advantage to this work, but it's work that needs to be done in silence. So I want you to maybe like claim it in like, you know, the community of the Starlight Collective, of everybody here, but it's like maybe the people in your life like won't understand what you're doing, and that's completely fine. They're on their own journey, and it's like, you know, your journey's got to be journeying, so bye. Like, it's not for them to understand, it's for you to do. Like, that's all it is. Everyone's going to be critical of you until you're successful. And then when you're successful, they'll be like, oh, I believed it all along. They used to do this thing and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, great. And so what is it you currently need to focus on? You need to be focusing on filling your own cup. It's time to be a little bit like selfish and be very, very like emotionally cognizant of yourself. There's going to be older things that are like bubbling up, and coming to the forefront that you're just like, oh, like it's gonna be kind of like hard or like difficult to deal with. But I think you really need to be focused on you, your joy, and like making sure you're in a good place. You could be, like it's hard when a lot of people rely and count on you, but you almost need to be selfish right now and doing things for yourself first, making sure you make time for yourself to get everything you need to get done. You need to be having, that's whatever self-care means for you, to honor yourself. So what is in your past that your past or something you're leaving behind? Okay. So the 10 of Pentacles in that position of your past or something you're leaving behind. So there is an end of a cycle happening here. I'm not saying that it's like, oh, you're leaving happiness behind. Not at all. There is something, it's like there is a completion. Maybe it could be your idea of what you thought your happy life was. Of, everybody told you this is the blueprint and you got to do it and then you'll be happy. And then you did a lot of it and it just never clicked, never connected, never felt right. So now you're at a point of very much like you're starting over and you're embracing a new path, letting go of the life you thought would make you happy. That's what's going on. And it's like it gives you the freedom now to dream of a crazy happy life. And it's like what I'm picking up the energy of is like you're somebody who is never meant for the mundane, for the ordinary, for, you know what I mean? Like what everybody else does. There's a thing I do where it's like, like an ordinary life. It's like, no, thank you. That's not for me. That's the energy I see right now of like, okay, don't you want a happy, normal life of like, you know what I mean? Like you go to work every day and it's like an office job and you hate your job, but it pays well and da-da-da. And like you have like 3.5K. It's like that. You're just like, no, thank you. Like that's what I see. And now that opens you up to like, I'm seeing like not even like, oh, when you go on, like the energy I'm really seeing is like you could be somebody who like works 2 weeks and then takes 2 weeks off on vacation every month. Where confirmation cough, where you're the type of person who could be like, you know what I mean? Like making money while you sleep. That's what I'm seeing. Instead of you being somebody who like, I gotta hustle and grind and I gotta go to my work and like sitting at your desk. That is like in grayscale and like drab and like no more. It's like The Incredibles when Mr. Incredible is finally allowed to be a superhero. Spoilers for like a 20-year-old movie. But that's really what's coming forward. It's like there's something happening where there's a dream you had and it's tongue-tied through your childhood. That you're getting so excited. It's like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And it's like, I want to be a Tyrannosaurus Rex. And it's like, finally, we got the technology and you can be a Tyrannosaurus Rex. And I'm just being silly and ridiculous because it's like, it's almost like very much so like this ridiculous dream you had of like who you wanted to be a childhood is almost like now you can do it. It's like the only thing stopping you is you. So what are you going to do with that? What is it you need to focus on right now? You need to focus on this hot young man. You need to, again, we're getting the Prince and the King of Chalices. So it's like you've known what's made you happy, like traditionally, like the who you were. You know how to fill your own cup in the old sense. I think this is asking you to be very emotionally open. The King of Cups is somebody who leads with his heart and his mind. It's like when you want something, and this is it could also be romantic. When you everything you do is in alignment with your heart and with your mind. Like you want to make sure like it is something you truly your heart's desire. But I think what you need to focus on right now are the new loves, whatever that could be. You could get really into painting or like whatever, like a new hobby, a new relationship. There's something new coming in for you. And it's like I just see blooming flowers. So this could be happening in the spring. But there's this energy coming forward of you starting to really embrace the new. Whatever that means for you. New opportunities, new friendships, new experiences. If there's been something that you kind of put on the back burner and you're like, I've always wanted to do that, but I don't know why I haven't. Now's the time to go forward with it. Strengths. So what is, oh no, is that strength? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that was yours. Okay. So okay. So, the near future. Okay. So, there is an energy of letting go, but here's the thing with this Five of Cups. You can see she's like downtrodden, but in her reflection, she's smiling. I think. Yeah, she's smiling. So, just know that this journey that you're on, there is, like, with this King of Wands, there is an energy of letting go of things. So there is like something you need to let go of. There's something weighing you down that's stopping you from moving forward on this journey. There is something that you're just gonna, it's a relief. But this feels like something big. It could be like a job. It could be like a business side hustle relationship. So there is a need to grieve it. Or, like, I mean, it's coming in. I want to say, like, there could be some of you that you've experienced this, and you're just in that place of, like, going in your emotions and, like, feeling that loss. But that is something that's coming in for you in order for you to move up to your best alignment, for you to be on the path you need to be on, for the success, for the wealth, for that highest level outcome. Advice. The advice for you right now, we're getting the Empress, is... So in this deck, the Empress is a little bit different. She is like the mother swan guiding and protecting her flock. Traditionally, that's me combining those two words. Traditionally, the Empress is all about being in your divine feminine and being able to receive. But this Empress is a mother and a nurturer, but she knows when to put her foot down. So the advice I want you to know is, while you are on this path of creation and creating, you need to be almost like guarding and protecting yourself. And it's like, what I do want you to do is, the next time you're in front of a mirror, bestie, close your eyes, think of yourself when you were like 5 years old. That beautiful little child who had dreams and hopes and happiness. And just remember, like, the light that was. As if, I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, when you're 5, you're like a ball of light, typically. But, like, just imagine that version of yourself. The happiest day when you were 5. And then open your eyes and see that version of you. Now, everything you do is for that little version of you, okay? Every time you don't want to do something, because it's like, I know for some of us, it's hard to be like, oh, I love myself and da-da-da. Think of that little 5-year-old. You don't hate 5-year-olds. You wouldn't hate a 5-year-old. And so, like, it allows you to have more self-care. But because in your mind, you're almost doing it for another person, you are way more able to, like, be a little bit more, like, cutthroat with your time or with your resources with other people. Because it almost feels hard being nice. Like, or being mean. It's hard being nice. It feels hard being mean, right? And you want to be nice and, like, kind of people please. But at the same time, you need to make sure your cup is full. So you need to be very, like, protective and of yourself. Protective of yourself and your time and your resources. And that's, like, a trick I use to, like, oh, like, this is something I don't want to do. I'm protecting my inner child. So no, we're not going to do that. Like, simple as that. Okay. The environment you're going to be in. So you are, by letting go, it enables you to be, this is the magician of the deck, the sorceress, to be in a position of, like, making magic happen. You're gonna see your manifestations coming true. And it's, like, very much so, once you let go of this thing that's holding you back, it's gonna open up your possibilities. And it's like, the more you're calling in this life, it's like, you need to let this go because it's holding you back. And it's gonna allow you to ascend, like an alien ship is coming down. Like, in Simpsons, there was, like, that episode, The Simpsons, where they get abducted by the aliens, and then Homer is, like, too fat, and then they have to put another tractor beam to beam him up. Anyway, the thing you're letting go of, that is what you need to, like, let go of, because it's going to be way easier to ascend wherever it is you're going. So the hopes and your fears, it's this energy of, like, will I be trapped here forever? It just feels as if, like, you're in a rut, and will I ever get out? Okay, this is what it is. I had a vision a couple days ago of somebody being stuck, and it's like, imagine, like, a water park, and you know how there's, like, the lazy river that goes around? That is where you will catch me at a water park. I love a lazy river. But this energy of like you're in a little inflatable donut and you're just sitting in it, your glasses on, your drink, and you fell asleep. And somewhere along the lazy river, you got yourself like it went, and all of a sudden there's like a chasm, and it's like the water flows in, and you're stuck in it. And it's like the walls go high, and there's no way for you to get out, and you're stuck, and the little chasm's filling with water. Chasm, is that what it is? A little hole? I don't know words. So you're in this like tube, and you're inside of it, and it's filling with water, but you're in a donut. And it's like, you're like, oh no, I'm stuck. What am I supposed to do? And you're like freaking out, so you're thrashing around in the water, but in this little chasm, you're splashing, and all the water is going like splashing out of the chasm. But all you need to do, baby, is just sit there. And the water will rise until it's high enough, and then you can just like get out. And that's what you're doing right now. When you're thrashing about, when you are like, you feel this like restlessness, like, I gotta do something right now. That is causing the water to splash out. And then it's like, oh, the water went down and I'm stuck here for longer. When you kind of embrace where you are and like see the bigger picture, I think that's very important, of like taking stock, and like that's the work you're needing to do right now, of like taking a breath and being like, okay, like let me go through it, let me see it from like back here instead of being so up close in it. That's when it's all going to start to make sense. It's not forever, but it's like you're not doing yourself any favors, because the more you thrash about and the more you fight against it, the longer you'll stay here. That's what it is. It's almost like you're doing things that are like you're doing things where it's like you do something to do, like you're doing a project and then you make a mistake and then you have to undo everything you've done, and then you're further back than if you just had done nothing, right? Like that's where we're at. And so finally, potential outcome. Celebration, baby. Look how happy she is. The Four of Wands. There's this fiery intensity. There's celebration. It is a like rebirth, a renew. The Four of Wands typically represents like marriage celebration. So like take that as you will. But there is like this like jubilant energy of things finally coming together, of like you reaching a finish line, of like understanding, and this is like a really, really great outcome. Joy, prosperity, happiness. There is a happy ending to all of this, but you're just making your way through the muck and the murk of it all. And it's like the most important thing that I can leave you with right now is you just simply need to like sit in it and follow the joy. And it's like very much so, like being able to like see the humor in like a terrible situation is a sign of like intelligence, and being able to like laugh at like, yeah, like this is all going terribly, but like I can see the humor in it. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not like a stone, but like that's the energy I need you to have and cultivate, where it's like if something just tickles your fancy or like just makes you giggle, laugh, like it does wonders. It's good for you. And I think you just need to embrace that and embrace the new, the possibilities. Things may not be going your way right now, but that's just right now. And it's like there are so many things to be positive and be like grateful for. It's just like take a breath, take a breather. You know what I mean? Like you may not feel like it, but maybe just take a day off from worry. All right. I love you so much, bestie. And until next time, bye.